Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Reading Over Reality, where we choose reading over reality any day of the week. My name is Nikeria. You can call me Nike. I know I'm a little late with it, but today's video is going to be my October reading wrap up. I'm sorry y'all, I know I've been MIA. It was not planned. I had a video planned for, 2 Sundays ago. It was supposed to be my updated 1-year Kindle review, but as you know, Kindle dropped new Kindles, so it just kind of seemed pointless to drop a review on an old version of the Kindle when there's like 4 new Kindles out. I was just like, pointless. And then I did not have a backup video for you guys because I was traveling. And then last Sunday's video was supposed to be a random vlog, which I did film, but I used my new DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and I just didn't love the footage. It was already just like random because I was at my mom's house. I wasn't in my zone. I didn't have all, it was just hard to film already. Plus the learning curve of using a new camera, it just didn't work out. But I do have a little bit of footage that I compiled together. I did fully edit a video, but I had to cut out a lot of footage. So that video was only like 10 minutes and I barely got it to 10 minutes. So I was like, I really will not be proud of just posting this on its own. But I do have a short little vlog for y'all from last week or 2 weeks ago. I vlogged on like the last 2 days of October, so Halloween and the 30th. So I will include that footage at the end of the video for anybody that's interested to see it. That way the footage won't go to waste and it'll be seen by someone. So yeah, now that we got that out of the way, hopefully I will be back on schedule. I am about to be traveling again. So y'all, it's just so hard to be on track or be in a routine at the end of the year, like the last 3 months of the year, because of all the holidays. And not only are there like national, federal holidays and whatever, I have my birthday in December, my son's birthday is November. It's just a lot. Obviously I don't live at home. All my family is back in Florida, so I have to travel back and forth to be, around my family. Hopefully I can get back on track for you guys through the end of the month. And I know the next 3 weeks might be a little spotty as well. I'm sorry, but I'm planning to do Bookmas this year, so hopefully I can get everything on track once I get home from being in Florida this next time. Then I have to really get on it with being consistent, being motivated and whatnot. I need to do my hair, because another reason I haven't been filming and y'all are getting this video so late is because I decided to take down my faux locks and redo them, but I've been procrastinating redoing them. So that's another thing. I just washed and deep conditioned and did hair treatments to my hair today, and I plan to do my hair tomorrow. But I was like, that's gonna take me all day. Let me get this video out of the way. So excuse my hair. This is it. Wash, blow dried, moisturized, and stretching so that it can stay stretched and not poof back up. Anyways, now that I've said all of that irrelevant information, let me show y'all this week's pajamas of the episode. This I got from Family Dollar of all places, believe it or not. It's this really light pink 2-piece spaghetti strap. It has a cute little bow right here and there's little white flowers on it. Hopefully y'all can see that well because it's light. Then there's the bottoms with some buttons down the middle, but it's super soft, and surprisingly it was only $10 from Family Dollar, like I said. And don't sleep on any dollar stores, okay? They be having good stuff in there. These are super soft and I'm gonna sleep good in these tonight. Now let's get into the video. Guys, I only read 6 books in the month of October. I was in a mini reading slump. Not a really bad one, and I'm not too mad about it. I'm not stressing it, and I don't even want to call it a reading slump because I definitely did read, but I read at a way slower pace than I usually do. And I skipped like a whole week or 2 of reading. So hopefully I'm getting back in my groove in November. And I know people are always talking about, oh, reading is not a race, reading is not, you don't have to rush to read, or you don't have to read however many, a million books in a year. Guys, I'm not in no competition with nobody to read a certain amount of books in a year, or a certain amount of books, period. I genuinely be bored as hell. I read a lot. I don't even read fast. I have a lot of free time and I'll be bored. Like, once I get all my other stuff out of the way, or if I'm procrastinating doing my responsibilities, I'ma read. And I will stay up all night to read a book. If the story is so good, I need to read it. I need to finish it. I need to see how it ends. I know some people will love a book so much and it's so good that they like stop reading it and take their time reading it so that the story can last longer. That's not me, baby. I'm about to read this in 2 minutes so I can know the whole story and love it afterwards once I'm done. I want to read a lot of books in my lifetime. I want to read a lot of books, a lot of stories. I love books. I love stories. I want to hear them all, and our lifetime is limited, so I'm not necessarily in competition trying to read super fast to meet a goal or anything or feel accomplished or what way. It's just genuinely because I enjoy it. Anyways, we're not about to go on no random tangents. So the first book I read was The Mary Shelley Club. I do not have the author on here. Sorry about that. I read that in a video at the beginning of the month, so there, if you haven't seen that, it'll be up somewhere in the cards above so that you guys can go watch that one and see in real time my thoughts about the book. But I did write a little synopsis of my thoughts on the book so that it could be fresh in my mind while I'm telling y'all. After a very traumatic situation, Rachel and her mom relocated to a new city in hopes of healing her trauma. She gets invited into a group of horror movie fans that pulls pranks on the rest of their school, and she finally starts to feel normal again until it's not so fun anymore and people start to really get hurt. That's the synopsis on the book, and now my thoughts. The book was extremely slow starting off. The real excitement didn't get started until around the 60% mark. The multiple twists at the end honestly didn't feel worth the wait. I will say I didn't guess either of the twists, and it wrapped up well, giving answers to all your questions, or at least most of them. It was definitely a little too YA in the sense that kids were taking minuscule problems and making them life or death, and always going too far instead of just stopping while they're ahead. I give this book 2 stars because I was so close to DNFing the entire time I was reading it, and it was too slow, and the ending didn't make up for it enough for me. Plus, it was too YA. So yeah, that was my thoughts on the book. Like I said, if you haven't seen the video, I believe it was how much I realistically read in a week at the beginning of October. Go back and check that one out. I read that on Kindle Unlimited as well. The next book I read was also on Kindle Unlimited, and it's Troubled Waters by Z. Renee. I initially found this book on my Kindle Unlimited recommendations, and I am big on reading reviews if I don't know what to read, or I find a new book I don't know about. Instead of just reading those synopsis, I like to go read the reviews and see what a lot of people say about it. If it has a lot of good reviews, then it'll help hype me up. Or I try to find tiny spoilers that'll help motivate me to read it. Like if it's something that I know is going to be something I enjoy reading, like say it's given some type of messiness, and somebody includes that in their review, that will make me more excited to read it. So that's what I did with this book, and I was excited to read it until I usually never read the author's notes or trigger warnings or any of that, because I just don't care. I really just don't be caring about any of all that extra stuff, baby. I only want the story from once upon a time till the end. Like, that's all I want to read. I don't care about how long it took you to read the book, who you thinking, or none of that. I'm sorry, I don't. But for some reason, I decided to read this one. A lot of times I don't read it because when I open the book, Kindle Unlimited for me usually opens up to the first page or of like the prologue. But I think when I opened this book, it opened up to an author's note. So I almost didn't even continue to read this book because of what the author said at the beginning of the book in her little author's notes. It threw me off so much because I'm like, why would you put that in there? That's so unprofessional and so... I don't even have the words for it. I do have a word for it, but I'm not gonna say it. Anyways, and sorry, Miss Authors, if you seeing this, Miss Z Renee, I'm sorry if this review isn't to your liking, but oh well. Comes with the territory of being an author. Some people will love your books, some people will hate your books, but to put in your book, like you throwing shots at readers through the author notes of your book is crazy to me. Anyways, because I had already been excited to read the book based off the reviews that I read, I decided to ignore her little note and continue to read it. And I didn't even enjoy the book. I didn't enjoy it. It was just too long. Like, I love long books, but at a certain point, it was just like rambling on. Also, it had an unnecessary amount of violence in it. I had to start skimming over it as if it was smut. For example, the first scene in the book, as well as the scene in Africa, two scenes that really threw me off, because I'm like, why is that even necessary? Like, why would you put that in there? Why was that necessary? Unnecessary violence just kind of like rubs me the wrong way. Like, there was a lot of unnecessary violence in here. I know, like, to show character development and stuff, yeah. And anyways, moving on. She really could have ended the book after the 50% mark. That was what I viewed as the climax, but I pushed through thinking something else big had to be coming because I'm only 50% of the way through the book. But y'all, it wasn't nothing but a long ass happy ever after. Though things did happen in that second 50% of the book, I just felt like it should have happened first. And trigger warning, there is a suicide scene in the book. I definitely cried at that scene. I really did. So she got me there. She did. But after that, it was literally just a long therapy session. Like, the rest of the book was just a long therapy session, as if we're literally going to therapy and going through this man's entire healing process. And the amount of therapy included was excessive. Like, I get it, let the characters heal, but child, it was not a therapy book. Like, let's move it on along. Like, I just feel like there was too much there. Like, she turned the last half of the book, like, her story just kept pivoting from one storyline to the other. There was at least like 3 different storylines. It was just like, girl, you putting too much in this book, okay? Make a part 2 or something. A literal fourth of the book was a therapy session. I kind of wish I would have DNF'd after the healing stage, because the rest was just an extended epilogue, and I gave it 3 stars. Moving on. I then went to read Freida McFadden's The Boyfriend because it just released. I read this on Kindle Unlimited as well. I think I'm falling out of my Freida McFadden era. I think that last novella ruined it for me. If you don't know, go watch my last reading wrap up. I got through the book fast, but not as fast as I usually would a Freida McFadden book. She's a master of hiding the truth in plain sight. Like, it's right in your face, but you don't see it until she tells you. Because I was off the entire book. And that's all I had to say about that book. And I gave it 3 stars. It was mid, not bad, not good. The next book I read was Immortal Dark by Tigis Germa. I believe that's how she says you pronounce her name. I also did a reading video for this. My fall vlog was my last video, so go check that out if you want to see real-time thoughts on this book. And I'll put it in the cards up here somewhere, whichever way. My little synopsis says, Kadon's sister June is missing and she'll do anything to find her, even join the group she fears the most, vampires, the ones that killed her entire bloodline. She joins Uxley University in hopes of getting close to her #1 suspect and embarks on a mission of finding out what happened to her sister. And now my thoughts, because I got a lot there. My thoughts is kind of long, if y'all can see that. That whole little paragraph. My thoughts on this book. In the beginning stages of this book, I was bored and contemplating DNFing, but I pushed through because I had to remind myself that that's how fantasy is. The beginning is always boring. You have to give yourself time to understand and get immersed in the world. Luckily for me, the chapters were short and the story got a little more intriguing at chapter 7 when Kanan finally got to the university. But my interest, unfortunately, didn't go much further than that. I hoped the book would amaze me, but it didn't. I didn't really connect to the characters, mainly because I don't care for Kanan. She doesn't give strong female heroine. She gives damsel in distress that gets lucky at every turn. The vampire lore threw me off. I just was not a fan of the vampire lore. Tigis pretty much changed all the common vampire knowledge, which isn't bad. It was just unexpected. And I'm still wondering what's the purpose behind some of the lore. Also, the book is heavily advertised as a book about black vampires by book influencers, which gave me the expectations that it would be a bit more urban or relatable, but it wasn't. The characters being described as black and the setting being Africa is the only thing black about this book. And while I do appreciate the representation, I have to admit that I was disappointed due to my own expectations which is at no fault to the author. With that being said, I give the book 3 stars, but I do suspect that this is the type of book that requires the complete series in order to get a high rating. So I do think that later books could drive me to appreciate this book more. It seems like a setup type of book that sets up for a bigger plot. If the story goes in the direction I think it will, then I think I could fall in love with the series. So yeah, this book on its own, I did not really care for. I didn't enjoy that much. I think I am intrigued enough to read the next book, but it wouldn't be a priority. It wouldn't be a book that's like, oh, I have to get this on release day and I have to read it right now. I need to, you know, I wouldn't be phased, and I probably would end up reading it maybe months down the line after it was released. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that book. And again, go check out my fall vlog to see my real-time thoughts on that book. Next, I read Truth or Dare by Lynette King. It was a short little novella I read on Kindle Unlimited. The brief synopsis is: a high school reunion goes wrong when everyone in attendance gets forced into a deadly game of truth or dare. And my thoughts are, not gonna lie, her story was all over the place. There were too many plot holes. She completely abandoned a storyline and jumped into a new one. I understand if she put it there to throw the reader off, but she didn't wrap it up well. This is the kind of story you read just for fun, but it actually was a little scary. It had my body tensing up at certain scenes and wanting to close my eyes like I was really watching a scary movie. The big twist was odd but surprising, and I gave it a 2.5 stars. And that's really all my thoughts I had on that book. The last book I read is There's No Way I Die First by Lisa Springer. I read this on Halloween. I got through it in one day. It's pretty short. It's less than 300 pages. It's like 280, I think, 275, 280-ish. So it was pretty short. This is what I read in my little video that y'all will see after this reading wrap up completes. A brief synopsis is: Noelle is an up-and-coming horror influencer. She decides to throw an exclusive party inviting 12 of her school's most popular people to come help her promote for her horror club podcast. For entertainment, she hires a clown to play it in a game of tag. But the clown wants to play catch and kill. They are picked off one by one as they fight for survival, and the night reveals each and every one of their secrets. Now, my thoughts. I enjoyed the book. I read it in one sitting. It's short, less than 300 pages, and the chapters are short but action-packed. The initial chapters of the book had me a little bored, but that's normal for me in every book because I hate the setting the scene part of books. Once I got to the action, I was in it and ready to see who would survive until the end. I enjoyed the characters for the most part, but again, my love-hate relationship comes into play with the YA aspect of the book. Like, the reason and the secrets that fuel the murdering clown and the murder spree seem very minuscule compared to the actions. Like, no way you're drilling holes through someone's forehead because they got caught cheating on the math test and didn't get in trouble. That didn't actually necessarily happen in the book, but that was the type of vibe of the secrets compared to what this clown was doing to these kids. Anyways, that's just an example. But nonetheless, it was a great way for me to wrap up my spooky season read. It definitely went with the October Halloween theme. Like I said, the secrets that these kids held. Mind you, these are kids, these are teenagers. They're in high school. And they're being killed, murdered. I was so surprised to see that it was actually a lot of violence, a lot of death. Like, it wasn't scary. It's very much so like giving slashers. Slashers aren't really scary, but they are, like, if you live in it, you'll be scared. But like watching or reading it, it's not necessarily scary. But there was a lot of violence, which I was surprised because these are teenagers, like I said. And the things that was happening to them, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you would think this would be college kids. Yeah, the reasons why this clown was killing these kids just was like, you can't be serious. Like, you that mad drilling holes with a screwdriver through these kids' foreheads? Because, like, are you serious? There ain't no way that you really, like, get a grip on life. I did enjoy it. Like I said, I read it in one sitting. I read this on Halloween and it was perfect. Like I said in my last 2 reading wrap-ups, I have a new segment in these videos where I pick my top pick, and I decided to start this because I know a lot of people are getting so many book recommendations from every which way, from booktubers, booktalkers, bookstagram, just the internet's bookstores, from anywhere, and it gets overwhelming and it's hard to like choose which books you want to prioritize. So if my opinion holds weight for anybody, my top pick would be the book that out of all the books I read in the month would be the book I recommend for you to read or prioritize. And every month it will be the best out of what I read. So that doesn't mean the book is just amazing, it's a 5-star, because I may not have had 5-star that month, but out of all the 6 books I read in October, I'm gonna tell y'all the one that I would recommend if any of those intrigued you. I rated There's No Way I Die First 3 stars. With that being said, this month's top pick is There's No Way I Die First by Lisa Springer. Out of all the 6 books, this one I enjoyed the most. And if you're taking any recommendations from this video, I would suggest that you prioritize this. I know that spooky season is gone, but we're still early enough until November that you can still get a little bit of spookiness before all the Christmas trees and stuff come out. I know some people put their Christmas trees up on November 1st. Me personally, I'm not doing that because I've been seeing Halloween stuff since August, and it really felt like this was the longest October, the longest Halloween season ever, and it was pissing me off because it's like, hurry up and get the out of here. Like, you need to leave, get your stuff and go. Like, you've been here too long, baby. It's time for you to go. Get your stuff. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. I'm ready for Christmas. So I decided I'm going to wait till around late November. I'm not gonna wait till after Thanksgiving. If you want to save this for next October, then I would recommend this be on your next spooky season. TBR. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, come back for more videos. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books that I've read. Have you read them? Did you enjoy them? How was your spooky season read? What did y'all read for spooky season? Leave me some recommendations down below for next spooky season, because I'm low-key still in the spooky season vibe. Like, I want to watch some more scary movies. I low-key want to read some more of my spooky season books because, like I said, I was in a tiny book slump, so I didn't read as many other books that I wanted to. So I still kind of want to get some of them out of the way. And yeah, here's a mini vlog for y'all to enjoy. Bye. Welcome back to my channel, Reading Over Reality, where we choose reading over reality any day of the week. My name is Icecream. You can call me Nike. Today's video is just kind of random. I'm traveling right now. I'm at my mom's house. I'm sorry y'all didn't get a video last week. Last week's video kind of got ruined. Anyways, like I said, I'm traveling. I'm in Orlando right now. Me and my kids just got ready for today, and we're about to just go find something to get into. We're bored. We have been doing absolutely nothing, so we're about to go get food, and I'm going to take them to the park. But
They say the sun and a shine for all, but I in some people's world, yet never shine at all. These roads of flames are catching on fire. better do right. And I've been gone too long. And I'm hoping that you sing my song, my song.
It's 4:17 right now, and we're leaving the park early because my child is a hooligan. We're about to run to Target right now because I need to get a t-shirt because tomorrow we're going to DISNEY. I haven't told him yet. That's why I'm spelling stuff out. I don't tell him until it's, you know, I actually do it because sometimes I might plan to do something and then I'll change my mind. But we're supposed to be going there tomorrow. It was very last minute. I literally just got tickets. Someone gave me tickets like an hour ago. So it's 5 o'clock. We're about to run there. See if I can get me like a little Minnie Mouse t-shirt or something like that. Something cute. Some stuff, but these are sweaters. It's gonna be hot tomorrow. I ain't wearing no sweater, baby. Where's the t-shirts? Oh, no t-shirts over here. Taken by the thought of this, and I know this much is true. Baby, you become my addiction. I'm so strong out on you. Chapter 9. I just hit chapter 9. I'm taking a break. It just got to the action. I'm excited because at first, I'm not gonna lie, it was boring in the beginning. I'm like, please just get to the action, please, please, please. I don't need all this background information. Please get to the action already. Just got to the action and I think I'm in it now. Like, I'm in it. It's getting good. It's getting juicy. It's Halloween, by the way. I don't know if y'all celebrate Halloween. I don't. But I guess this will be my last little spooky read of the season. I did want to try to get some more spooky reads in. I still might get some more in just because the spooky season is over. Halloween's gone doesn't mean I can't read my other spooky books. But I did want to try to get some more in. I didn't get as many in as I wanted. I just wanted to come close out this video. Like I said, I'm traveling. It's kind of hard to film when I'm in other people's space, and I'm trying to be respectful of other people's privacy. There's not much recording areas for me. The lighting not amazing. I've actually been doing a couple of things, so it's been hard to record. First of all, it's about a girl who is a horror fanatic, and she starts a horror movie watch club, and then she wants to start a podcast. So she decided to throw a party and invite 12 of the most popular kids from her school who have like millions of followers and stuff to come help promote her up and coming business club podcast stuff. For entertainment, she hires a clown to play It the clown and It the person in tag. They're all supposed to be playing a game of tag, and the clown is supposed to be It. The clown decides that he wants to play catch and kill. Whoever he catches, he kills. And throughout the night, everybody's obviously trying to survive. They're running around this house that they're trapped in. There's a storm. Secrets are coming out. With that being said, here we go again with the secrets. It's very much so a YA book. Secrets very much so not giving I need to murder all of these kids for these secrets. Like, it's just really don't give that. I will say the book was actually more violent than I thought it was going to be. It's not gory or anything, but there is a lot of death, and I was just kind of surprised at how much actual death there was, because I expected it to be kind of like cookie cutter, not really killing off too many people or too many kids, because again, these are kids in high school and they are actually dying in horrible ways. But then again, it does kind of portray kind of more in a Disney movie style than an actual horror movie. I think because it's YA, they tone it down a little bit. But if this was a movie, baby, and not a young adult movie, like an actual horror movie, this would be a great idea. It was a great way to wrap up my spooky season, wrap up Halloween, and send it on by this business, because Halloween been here for 3 years. Like, baby, go away. Please leave. Let me know down below, have you read this book and what were your thoughts on it? This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, come back for more videos.